Hello everyone, and in this second video in this series on algebraic fractions, we're going to be looking at how to solve algebraic fractions. In the previous video we were looking at simplifying algebraic fractions. So we've got a selection of questions here, and I'm going to just have a look at this first one, 7a. Okay, so 7a, it says we've got to solve it, and we have 1 minus 2 over x is equal to 3 over 2x minus 5. Now, the first thing to do is when we've got to solve a algebraic fraction is to get everything over a common denominator. And we can see here we've got 2x minus 5, and we can see on the other one we've got an x. So what I think it would be good to do is to get everything over x times 2x minus 5. So the 1 I'm going to think of as being 1 over 1, okay? And I'm going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by x times by 2x minus 5. So we're timesing the numerator and the denominator by x times 2x minus 5. The next expression, it has 2 over x, but it's missing the 2x minus 5. So I'm going to multiply that one, the numerator and denominator, by 2x minus 5. And then finally, over at the other side of the equation, we have the 3 over, we've got the 2x minus 5, but we're missing the x. So I'm going to multiply the numerator and denominator of that one by x. So you can see I've just worked my way along the fraction, the expression, multiplying each term by whatever it was missing until we had a common denominator. So let's pull all of that together now. So we have now got, in fact, because every single one of these three terms are all over 2x minus 5 times by x, I can write them over a single fraction. So on the left hand side we have got x, open brackets, 2x minus 5 minus 2, open brackets, 2x minus 5 all over x times by 2x minus 5 is equal to 3x over x times by 2x minus 5. So now that everything's been combined to having a common denominator, we can effectively multiply both sides of the fraction by this common denominator. So this is the same as having x times by 2x minus 5 minus 2, and we're going to have 2x minus 5 is equal to 3x. So I've just multiplied, as it were, both sides of the equation by the common denominator there, which has basically made that common denominator disappear. So now we can expand our brackets. So we now get 2x squared minus 5x minus 5x minus 4x plus 10 equals 3x. Let's get the whole thing over one side. So that is 2x squared minus 5x minus 3x is going to be minus 8x. Oh, minus another 4x, oh dear, I'll do that in a second, minus 8x minus 4x add 10 equals 0. So let's say that's going to be 2x squared minus 12x plus 10 equals 0. This is nice because we could divide everything by 2 here now to give us x squared minus 6x plus 5 equals 0. So now we've got a nice quadratic to solve, and we're saying we're looking for two numbers that are going to multiply together to make plus 5, but add together to make minus 6. So I feel like that could be minus 5 and minus 1. So we're going to say x minus 5 and x minus 1 is equal to 0. So therefore x is equal to 5 and x is equal to 1. And that's that first algebraic fraction solved. Okay, so that's how we would do 7a. Right, let's do just another two more. Let's do b as well. So 7b on this question here. So we can see that 7b, it says we have got to solve 2 over x squared minus 1 plus 3 over x plus 1 is equal to 1. Now the first thing to notice in this 7b is that this is the difference of two squares here. So this can be thought of as, or rewritten as, x minus 1 times x plus 1 plus 3 over x plus 1 equals 1. And what we're going to do now is look for our common denominator. So I think in this case, our common denominator is going to be x add 1, x minus 1. So we can leave this first one as it is because it's already over the correct thing. The next one, we're going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the bit that it's missing, and it's missing the x minus 1. So times by x minus 1 there. Over here, this is the same as 1 over 1. So I'm going to times the numerator and the denominator by what it's missing, and it's missing everything. So x minus 1 times by x plus 1, and x minus 1 times by x plus 1. So now all of the terms in the expression are over our common denominator. So we can combine them on the left-hand side. So we're going to have 2 add 3 times x minus 1 all over x minus 1 times x add 1 is equal to x minus 1 times x add 1 over x minus 1 times by x add 1. So now I'm going to multiply both sides of the equation by x minus 1, x add 1, which means that will disappear. And that will leave us now with the 2 add 3 x minus 1 times is equal to this. So now we can expand everything. So we've multiplied both sides of the equation by this denominator here. And that's just left us now with the numerator. So now we're going to expand the numerator. So 2 add 3x minus 3 is equal to x squared minus x plus x minus 1. So therefore 2 minus 3 is going to be minus 1. So minus 1 plus 3x is equal to x squared minus x plus x cancels out, and we have minus 1 there. So we can add 1 to both sides to get rid of the minus 1 and take the 3x over to the right. So we have 0 is equal to x squared plus minus 3x rather. So now we can factorize out an x. So we have x open bracket x minus 3 equals 0. So therefore our solutions are x is equal to 0 or x is equal to 3. And that's that second one done. Okay, you can see I approached it in a similar fashion. One more, let's look at the most complicated one that we can see, f. That one looks pretty intense. So let's have a look at that one. So, okay, we've got to solve this algebraic fraction. Wow, this is a good one. By the way, we're using an A-level kind of based worksheet here for an old A-level worksheet. So if you're aiming for grade 9 and thinking about A-level next year and you wonder what it's going to be like, this is the kind of thing. In fact, this old worksheet is from what used to be called Core 3, which used to be done in year 13. So in the old syllabus, this topic was actually year 13 work. Okay, so, but it's on year 11 GCSE and IGCSE, so we need to know how to do this. So first things first, what we're going to do, I think we're going to need to factorize everything in order to kind of like get an idea for what our common denominator is going to be. So we need to think about factorizing our expressions. So let's deal with this one here. So this is 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. Now, if you are doing regular GCSE, this could come up on a non-calculator paper. If you're doing IGCSE, it will only be on a calculator paper. So if you're doing IGCSE and this comes up, you could put this into your calculator and reverse engineer the brackets to solve that one. However, if you're doing GCSE, well, I'm going to use my rainbow split method. So I'm going to do 4 times by 1 is going to give me 4. So I'm looking for two numbers that times together to give me 4, but add together to give me minus 4. So I think that's going to be minus 2 and minus 2. So I'm going to split this into minus 2x and minus 2x. Write down my 4x squared plus 1. And then I factorize this first 2. So I can take out here a factor of, it would appear to be 2x. That's going to leave me with 2x minus 1. And then here I can just take out a factor of minus 1, which is going to leave me with 2x minus 1. So it appears that this is correct because this bracket matches this bracket. Whatever's written in front is the other bracket. So we actually have 2x minus 1 times by 2x minus 1. Okay, so that is that factorised. What have we got over here? Actually, this one's not too bad. This one is the difference of two squares. So 1 minus 4x squared is just going to factorise into 1 minus 2x times by 1 plus 2x. So that's what that one is going to factorise into. Now, this is interesting because at the moment we've got like 2x minus 1 and 2x minus 1, but we've got 1 minus 2x and 1 minus 2x. So that does seem a little bit confusing, and we need to think of a strategy for dealing with that, which we'll do in just 1 second. Let's write down what we've got so far. So far we've got 3 over 2x minus 1 times by 2x minus 1 minus 10 over 1 minus 2x and 1 plus 2x, 1 plus 2x, like so. Okay, that looks okay. Oh, that's, yeah, that's okay. And then the next thing we've got is equal to 5 over 1 plus 2x. Right, so what is our common denominator going to be here? Well, we've got all kinds of things going on, haven't we? So we've got 1 minus 2x, and we've got 1 add 2x, and we've got 1 add 2x here. I'm going to remember that 1 add 2x can be thought of as 2x add 1. So I'm going to kind of like think about these denominators. So that is 2x minus 1 squared. This one is 1 minus 2x. And I'm going to think about that as 2x add 1. Just change the order in which I've written those two, is equal to 2x add 1. So this is looking a little bit weird. If I was to times, I'm thinking like if I times the numerator and denominator of this fraction by minus 1, it would enable me to swap the order in which those two are written, because that would then become like 2x minus 1, which would be really useful actually. So what I'm going to do is, going from this fraction here, I'm going to times the numerator and denominator by minus 1. So I've got minus, and I'm going to have minus 10 now, over minus, open bracket, 1 minus 2x times by 2x add 1. So all I've done is multiply the numerator and denominator by minus 1. And the reason I've done that is because that's going to enable me to like swap over the order in which some of those terms are written. So let's see what that gives us. So when I now swap over the order in which they're written, I've now got minus 1 over 10, and that's going to go to a minus times a minus makes a plus, that's 2x, and a minus times a plus makes a minus there. That looks better. Now we can sort of like, you know, look more consistently at what our common denominator is going to be. And also those minuses are going to come together to make a plus. So this whole thing is going to go into plus 10 over 2x minus 1 times by 2x plus 1, like so. That seems a lot better, 2x minus 1 over 2x plus 1. And then from before, above here, we've got 3 over 2x minus 1 squared, basically. And then this other term on the other side of the equation was 5 over 1 plus 2x. 1 plus 2x. Right, so now let's have a look and see where we're going from here in terms of identifying our common denominator. So our common denominator, I think we can say, is going to be 2x minus 1 squared and times by 2x add 1. So the common denominator we're aiming for is going to be 2x minus 1 squared times by 2x add 1. We want everything over that common denominator. So this one here is missing the 2x add 1. So we're going to have 3 times by 2x add 1 over 2x minus 1 squared times by 2x add 1. This one in the middle is missing one lot of 2x minus 1. So we're going to write 2. So we're going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by 2x minus 1. So that's now got that common denominator there. And then over here on the right hand side, we're missing the 2x minus 1 squared. So we're going to have 5 times by 2x minus 1 squared, and that's going to give us the same denominator then of 2x minus 1 squared times by 2x add 1. Just change the order in which that's written to make it consistent. So that's looking really good now. Everything's over the same denominator. So I'm going to multiply all of the expressions by this denominator. So this is the same as 3 times by 2x plus 1 plus 10 times by 2x minus 1 is equal to 5 times by 2x minus 1 squared. So let's expand everything. So that's going to go to 6x plus 3 plus 20x minus 10 is equal to 5 times 4x squared minus 4x plus 1. When we expand that 2x minus 1 all squared, let's expand that bracket now. So that goes to 5 times 4 is 20x squared minus 20x plus 5 is equal to 6x plus 3 plus 20x minus 10. So let's get everything over one side. So we have 20x squared there. We have got minus 20x minus another 20x. Minus 6x is going to be minus 46x. So minus 46x. Dealt with that, dealt with that, dealt with that. And then finally we have 5 add 10 is going to be 15, and 15 take away 3 is going to be 12. So plus 12 equals 0. This can all be divided by 2 to get a slightly easier quadratic to solve. So that is going to be the same as 10x squared minus 23x plus 6 equals 0. Okay, there we go. So now we got to try and solve that equation there. So let's just have a look at that, see if that's looking good. 10x squared minus 23x plus 6 equals 0. Okay, good. So again, IGCSE, you can use your calculator. GCSE, I'm going to use rainbow split just in case it comes on the non-calculator paper. So 10 times 6 is 60. So I'm looking for two numbers that times together to make plus 60, but add together to make minus 23. So they're both going to be negative. So let's think about what if we had minus 20 and minus 3. Well, 3 times 20, 3 times 20 is going to be 60, and minus 20, so that looks like that's appropriate factor pair there. So we can basically say that that's correct. So this is going to split this middle term into minus 20x and minus 3x plus 6, and we have 10x squared there. Going to factorize out 10x from this first one. That's going to leave me with x minus 2. Take out 3x from this term here. Take out minus 3x rather, and that's going to give me minus 3, and that will give me x minus 2. This looks good because that term matches that term. Whatever's written in front is the other bracket. So therefore 10x minus 3 is one bracket and x minus 2 is the other bracket. There we go. Which means our solutions are x is equal to 3/10 and x is equal to 2, which is our correct final answer. So that was a lot more long-winded. That was a full-on grade 9 kind of solving an algebraic fraction in case they ask you to do anything of that level of complexity. Okay, well, I think if you can manage those 2 videos on algebraic fractions, you're pretty much ready for anything that they're going to throw at you. I hope you found that video helpful. As always, if you could remember to like and subscribe to the video, that would be really, really useful. Help me make more videos moving forward. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.